Welcome to Life Between the Listings with Aaron and Amy. We're realtors by day and real people all the time. This is about real conversations, big laughs, and real estate in between. Let's get started, Aaron.
Let's go. So, what is our topic tonight?
So today we're going to be talking about downsizing, right-sizing, and really kind of learning what type of home you need to be in, right? So that transition time.
It's a huge topic right now.
It is. And
both of us have aging parents.
Yes.
So it's very near and dear to our heart.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something that a lot of people don't think about until they're in the thick of things.
Yeah. I didn't think about it. I was in my mid-40s when it started hitting, and that was earlier than most people.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you go, oh, all right, we've got to figure this out.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
How are we going to do it?
And we have
How do we not upset my parents?
Yeah, and we have clients going through that, and clients who are the aging parent. So I think this is a great topic. I think it's very timely for both of us, and
Yes.
then also for a lot of our listeners.
And I think we can give them a lot of knowledge. But I think before we start, we need to call poor decisions
Yes, we do.
and get Mixer Rick in.
Because I feel like we're in the mood for some poor decisions.
I think so.
Yeah. So let me give Mixer Rick a ring.
Go ahead.
Hello, Mixer Rick. Are you available for a few moments? Come on down. I'm excited for what he's got.
Hello, my favorite fam.
Hello.
Hello.
What do we have?
This
yummy.
is a vodka,
Oh,
lemon vodka cocktail. So remember, like we haven't had cocktails for a while, but what makes up a cocktail again? Do you remember?
A little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour, a little bit of love.
a little bit of sassy.
What would you say is the most?
little bit of rock and roll.
Like,
So yes, the first two are good. What would be the most important, do you think, in a cocktail? So sour, sweet.
Well, I think it's bitter.
Bitter is also a part of it.
Oh, gosh. Sour, sweet.
a little bit of sass, like us.
How about some liquor or something?
Oh, yes! Oh, my God!
Oh,
How can we forget the liquor?
Anyway.
somehow we've missed the key ingredient in this entire thing.
So this is it's lemon, obviously.
Okay.
It's got triple sec in there. It also has vodka and then some lemon juice. And
Okay.
that's what you got there. So really simple,
All right.
but that's what makes up a cocktail.
Cheers.
So what are y'all talking about today?
So we're going to be talking about downsizing, right-sizing, basically helping families to move parents into, the right-size home or people downsizing to what they need.
And I
So-
think we're all in that category, right?
Yeah.
So
We're
what are
of
you
that
feeling
age.
on that?
No, I mean the same. Like we had to consolidate my dad's farm, and so it was me being someone who wants to hang on to a lot of things. I had to let them go. But what I did keep was smaller things, right? So the furniture I left, but maybe the wood shop and like those types of tools and the collection, the collections, the collectible things, those
The things that
those
hit
are
the
things
heart.
and so like with built-ins and cabinets and things, those
Yeah.
were things that like I stocked all that up with.
Yeah. So those are more meaningful for you now than probably like the bigger furniture.
And I forgot about all the other stuff.
Yeah.
That's
interesting. That's a really good perspective, actually. And I think that's something that, we have those conversations with our clients a lot, is what's going to be the most important thing for you,
And
right?
what brings the most memories?
That's right.
Yeah.
Because when you're looking at a home that is packed with stuff,
Yeah.
and
be
then it's like, okay, the file cabinet from 1976
Yeah.
doesn't mean anything,
That's right.
but all the other things in the pictures from 2000, 2010, that means.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly right.
And what means something to one person may not have the same value to another.
100%.
And being able to really scale down what's the most important thing, I think that's a big part of our job too. So
I
yeah,
agree.
it sounds like that's what you had to do.
I would say for you both, it's tough to navigate if you're consulting on that, and there's things to that they want to hold on to. So I understand that could be a difficult task for you, because especially when you consult on the very front end of selling their house, like, how do we get this house ready?
Right.
I can imagine that being a difficult task. So
Yeah.
for me, it was jettisoning the things that I probably would forget about, keeping the things that I could. And then some of it was an in-between. I held on to things. I'm like, well, I wish I didn't spend all that time bringing all that, for me, it was all this wood to make tables out of that I'm not making tables out of anymore. And so it's just taking up space. So, there's things, but for me, it was just a good transition point to consolidate.
It's emotional.
Yeah.
It is, and I think there's stages of that emotion. So I think we're going to probably dive into some of that stuff today in our
We
episode.
are
So
100%. Thank you
so much.
Oh, you both are very welcome.
Yes,
I
that's
will
great.
say one thing I forgot to add. I did add a lot of club soda. So if you did the first part of my recipe, don't do just that. Add club soda. That will make it.
I was going to say, this is
Otherwise, you guys will
boozy.
get one or two of those.
Thank
It'll be
you.
out.
So we can drink this and not be.
We'll be hydrated.
Yeah, you guys can have the.
Oh,
you can detox.
And we can drive
while
home.
you retox.
Awesome. We
Yeah.
love that.
All right,
you.
guys have a good time.
Thank you so much. Oh my
we
goodness.
detox while we
One
retox.
more.
Is what,
Let's detox and
that's a saying
retox.
right there.
Detox and retox.
Yeah, it's pretty light.
So I am going to say probably the hardest thing I find right now with clients that are, I say aging down, not that they're like close to,
No, they're just in a different stage.
they are
than they
just
were.
looking like, I don't want to take care of this house anymore. I just want to live my best life.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have clients right now. I will be putting their house on the market next week. They are moving into a retirement village. So excited. Everything
That's
is
great.
taken care of.
Yeah.
They can do their best life.
It lets them live their
best
golden
life,
years,
just have
right?
Fun.
Yeah.
But there's a lot. And we've walked through the hum twice that I'm like, okay, we need to purge. You need to get rid of
Now,
this.
Erin, are you working with the family on this too, or are you just working
No,
with
just
with the couple?
the sellers, husband and wife.
Okay, so the couple, both are
Yep.
still there. So you're working with them. Are they responsive and to?
Very,
Well, that's great.
honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not always like that.
No, it's definitely.
But
not.
they are like, Erin, whatever you say. And I said, well, whatever you can't take and put in your new home,
Right.
we need to go.
Right.
It needs to be donated. There's so many people that are in need.
Oh yeah.
They have been amazing.
Well, and I think in this area too, we've got some great organizations too. I mean, I can list a few right off the top of my head. I mean, you've got Salvation Army that'll come out.
Barnabas.
You'll have Freedom House, Hannah's Bridge. There's so many great organizations
Yes.
that will come and get furniture and help these families as they're downsizing.
Yes.
And as they're trying to figure out, what do I need to bring? Because a lot of times they're going from larger homes into probably something 1,200 square feet or less.
Well, and that's it.
Yeah.
And these clients are going from a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath
Oh yeah,
to
substantial
a
home.
3-bedroom, 2-bath. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And they have been amazing.
Right.
But again, they're not our typical clients that are downsizing. A lot of people that are downsizing, they want to hang on to things.
Well, and what are the reasons people downsize, right? So you have people who have their children are grown and they no longer need the larger home. You have folks that have lost a spouse, maybe through death or possibly divorce. You have people who just realize, this is more house than I want to keep up at this point.
Exactly.
So, and I would say for me personally, probably a quarter of my clients are in this category. A quarter to a third of my clients are in this category. And it's really helping them to determine, okay, what's the most important steps for you? Once we identify where you want to be, what are the things that you need to bring with you? What are the things that are meaningful to you? And then helping to figure out also, are there family members that want some of this stuff? Because our homes are an extension of ourselves,
Exactly.
right? And
Yes.
we curate our homes over time. And a lot of these folks have been in their
100%.
home 20, 30 years plus sometimes. And, there's curated memories and family, just so many family heirlooms and different things. So is there someone else that can take that and then, carry the torch for you?
Or do they want that?
Do they want that? And those are hard conversations.
They are really hard conversations, and I think it's more so preparing the seller, and then if family is involved, them as well, and saying, I think the best move is maybe we do an estate sale.
Yeah, I think estate sales are a great way to go.
They are an amazing way to go.
You've done estate sales with your clients before, haven't you?
And I will say that, when we look at things, I look at my child who's married, my daughter, and my son-in-law. If I had China, which I don't, they would not want that.
Right.
And
it's a different style for that now.
Most older people, and I'm saying 80 to 100, they have 2 to 3 sets of China.
Yes, they do.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So an estate sale will be one way to get rid of it. I mean, there's just a lot of things, and it gives you the opportunity to actually make money off of.
Oh, yeah, because there's so much value in some of these things. And then there's also items that don't carry the same value, but they have a lot of emotional value. And so really having to separate. But I think that's a big part of what we do in the consultative process, right? So 100%. We're stepping in. So, I mean, when I have a client who is looking to downsize, it's not usually 1 month from the date that we put their home on the market. We might be a year.
Yes.
6 months from the time that we put their home on the market, because it's a process, right? It's a long process of trying to figure out what do they need, what will their next stage of life bring. Their next stage of life might just be, hey, I got a divorce and now I'm single again and I don't want to take care of a yard. I want to be in a townhome.
And this is what I want.
This is what I want. I don't want to deal with all this stuff. What do I do with it? Or it could be, I'm 85 years old, I'm going into assisted living.
Exactly.
So that process is different for each of these. So when you have someone, let's say for instance, we're dealing with an estate, we're dealing with a senior couple or individual, and we have someone who has been in the home for a long time. A decent sized home, furniture, that's been around for a long time, but still in great condition. If you're doing an estate sale, how far out would you do that before you list a property?
I would say if we are going to do an estate sale, I would do it probably 2 months before it hits the market, maybe 3, to give it a chance to get everything out. If we have to clean the carpets, do a deep clean, get it ready to get on the market, we could always go on market sooner, but a home always shows better if a lot of the stuff is gone.
I've always said less is more.
100%.
When a home goes on the market, less is more. You don't want to have every space filled, and that's a big part of it. Now, I've gone into homes where you walk in initially and you go, oh my gosh, how have they lived here?
Yeah.
It's almost like a hoarding situation.
Yes.
And that's also, we have to be very sensitive of that as well, right?
Well, we do.
Yeah.
And I think it's, as people get older and stuff like that, they tend to, as we talked about, hold on to things. They want to. And then there are people that are just like, well, I might use this one day.
Yes. Those are my parents, by the way. I'm going through this with my parents, and it's one of those things where I'm saying you don't need 6 bookcases of books that you're never going to read again. I don't know why you're holding on to them. And I say it in a much nicer way than that, but it's one of those things where, when will those serve you again? Why do you need those in the place you're going?
100%.
It's just one thing that just starts to build up, the level of stress in their mind of, oh my gosh, I need to move this.
Yes.
So I think a big part of it is, hey, are you going to use that where you're going? Or is there somewhere else that can be used? Can you donate
Can we donate it?
Yeah.
And I think with people that are downsizing and right-sizing, which I don't know that there's that much of a big difference, because
really not, I don't think.
I downsize and I right-size at the same time.
Right.
I don't need a huge house. My house now that I have is perfect for me.
Yeah.
But it's looking at stuff and saying, like you said, I'm never going to use this
Does it serve
again.
me anymore?
Why?
How does this piece serve me?
Why do I need this?
Yeah.
So, but I also think as children of older parents, it's also a sensitive topic to where we need to provide guidance without offending and upsetting.
Sure. I think
So-
as children, and then also as real estate agents, we do the same thing. You
Yeah,
know,
it's a tight line.
It's a tight line. I'd like to switch into just some stories that we've had with this, because I think we've both gone into different situations.
Yeah.
Where we've maybe dealt with some hoarding and some
Ooh, girl.
kind of scary situations
Bring
at
it on.
times. You know, I mean, and I understand that it's a real thing. But my gosh, there's just certain times where you go, oh Lord, I should not be in this house right now. This is not safe.
So I will start it off with, had a situation, did a sale for a flip, and there was a horrible stench coming out of the crawl space. No
Okay.
idea. It was an off-market deal. I don't know if you have ever heard about wolf rats.
Oh my
Wolf rats are the size
goodness.
of kittens.
Oh.
So the stench after we closed on the deal, horrible stench. Had the exterminator come in and go through.
I don't know that I can hear this story.
I probably could have harnessed one of these rats and rode it in the rodeo. It was so large.
Oh my God.
Apparently, the seller was storing dog and cat food underneath.
Oh no.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm 5'3", 127 pounds.
That's a hard
To
situation.
be told by the buyer
That's a
that,
hard situation.
Aaron, you could have put a harness on it and rode it.
Yeah. For
Scary.
Sure. For sure.
And they had to pull all the insulation and all that stuff
Yeah.
out, which is fine. But
But it's not fine actually, because, you know, in these situations, you don't know what's behind the walls. I mean, we had an episode where we had a home inspector recently. I can only imagine if he's ever had to inspect, and some of these inspectors we work with, if they've ever had to inspect homes where they can't even get into the spaces.
no.
You know, so I mean, that's the kind of thing that's a little scary. And preparing a seller, you know, to get stuff out before that. Yeah. I had a situation one time. It was a home. It was a home in Reedsville. I'll just say where it was. But I won't say the address or anything. But it was up there, and this home had been vacant for a little while. And the sellers were the grandchildren, and they wanted to sell this home that had been in the family for years and years. It was actually a really lovely home from the exterior. When we walked inside, though, you could not walk through a room. There was so much stuff that had built up in this. And they said, well, do you think we're going to need to clear it before we sell it? And immediately I said, yes. And if there's anything you want in here, you're probably going to need to go through it and determine that, because I think what you're going to need to do is just get a dumpster,
Yeah.
you know, because to go through it, it had already been sitting vacant for a couple of years. To go through it would have just been taken years. And obviously they hadn't done it yet. But I mean, there was very little room to even walk in there. And I was afraid at one point the floor was going to give, because I'm like, oh Lord, what's going on with this
Yeah.
floor right here? Because no one had been in the home. So there's times like that are, you know, it's tricky, but you have to just be honest with people. And I think that's what they want from us is,
And I think
what's it going to take for us to move this to the next level so we can move on,
Exactly.
you know, and being sensitive of that.
And I think we need to, as you and I do anyway, keep the emotional aspect intact and play into that part, but also they selected us to be an advocate
Sure.
and to tell the truth.
Yeah.
We need to do
We don't have the
this.
emotional tie to that
You-
home, so we can do this from that point of view.
100%.
Does not mean that I'm not sympathetic to what you're going through.
No, exactly. And I think that's why we have so many sellers that buy in
Yeah.
to what we do and understand and give us
Well, and the homes sell because we get them ready then.
exactly.
You know, I mean, they're not just sitting out there and,
Well, we're doing an injustice if we don't.
yeah.
But there are hard conversations, and you and I are both going through it
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
So we have to think about that, and it's like, wow,
Yeah.
you know, it's a family home and kids,
I often put
grandkids.
myself in the situation of if I was their child, how would they want that? You know, how would they want this handled? And I think of
100%.
them like my parent a lot of times
100%.
because I am dealing with that right now. So it is a very interesting topic to have. But yeah, I think that now there are hoarding stories. You know, kind of going into hoarding. Like I know we've transitioned, but going into those, which I think are really crazy. You see some things and you're like, I don't know if like the kid that ran away, you know, when he was 16 is like hiding behind the bookcase or something because you can't find anything in the house. Like it's just crazy.
I recently heard a story about a home, and it's a story that I heard, not my listing, not my anything buyer or anything like that, but the buyer that purchased the home found a skeleton of a cat.
Oh,
Apparently, the person that owned the home had numerous cats.
oh, that's so hard.
And
I can't hear
upon
that.
buying and going through, the skeleton was there.
Oh.
I think
But that's a hard thing, and you never know.
It is a
We never
hard
know when we
thing.
walk into properties if we're going to be dealing with this kind of thing.
And I think
And just being
that's
sympathetic
where
and-
you and I adjust to being sympathetic and
Yeah.
just kind of tuning in to
Yeah.
the seller or the buyer. But hoarding can be just something that people do. Hoarding can be an addiction.
yeah. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that you and I together as a team can guide people
I think it makes a
and
difference.
help them feel okay.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't want to bring someone into their home.
No.
You know, and there's not really, it's not a judgment, but it's more, okay, you need to move on to the next stage of life. Like, this is not
How
working
can
for
we
you.
help
How
you?
can we help you? You may not be able to afford this home anymore. How can we help you move on to the next thing? And so being able to go in there objectively
And having
put a plan
compassion.
together. Yeah, putting a plan together, having compassion and some sympathy for the situation, but saying, okay, these are our next steps. Giving them something to work with.
And that's
I
how
think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, 100%.
I think so.
And knowing that you and I are both in this stage, and my mom's not moving anywhere right now, but we're still cleaning stuff out.
Yeah, you're being
But I
proactive,
know
which I
your
think is
parents
big.
are. And the compassion that you and I have for our family, we project that onto our clients.
I think so.
I think
so.
100%. And I think that's why people love us. I mean, not tooting the horn, but we are very compassionate, and I think we look out for the best interest all day.
Well, I certainly always try and aim for that. I know you do as well.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this topic kind of hits that little spot right
It's
there.
a
You know,
little
we've had some lighthearted
heartfelt.
one, but this is a heartfelt one because it's happening more and more to ourselves, friends around
Yes.
us. So we see it a lot. So
100%. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching us. If you liked our episode, please subscribe. Leave us a comment. We will respond. If you want us to talk about something in the future, no worries. We'll get it on the next podcast.
thanks so much. Bye.
We appreciate you. Bye.